Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mission 5. Let's get into it. As always, let's hear our briefing to find out what's in store for us on this Mercenary difficulty run.
In truth, we didn't think we'd need you mercenaries at all, but unfortunately, what we hoped was going to be a relatively bloodless eviction of the Federation from our homeland has become an impossibility.
Presidia, Cascadia's capital, is falling. This afternoon, the first fully fledged Federation military units have come in from out of country to reinforce their garrisons here. Among them, a massive Federation naval fleet has secured a foothold in the capital. Independence Force Command planned this rebellion to have been timely enough to seize, hold, and place defensive positions in key territories within the country before their reinforcements came. Unfortunately, with the new wave of Federation reinforcements, Presidia's main urban centers have been lost, and we can't afford to lose any more manpower at the moment. A tactical retreat has been declared. Sicario, you, alongside other allied forces, will cover an immediate evacuation of our troops still holding out on the ground. By land, by air, and by sea, we are extracting from Presidia. Protect the evacuation moving out of the AO by raising hell and taking out any Federation units that are pressing on them. If we lose any more men, we might not be able to continue fighting against the Federation.
Presidia is where the fighting started in Cascadia. However, we refuse to have it be where it ends. Not like this. Hitman team, we expect much of you in this coming time.
Alright, so pretty serious mission. Let's get right to the chase here. As usual, we will not be using that plane. You can see I don't have all of them unlocked, but it's no problem because we need to use this plane right here. Running a, what I would call, standard loadout, same one from last time. And we'll be running the Mobius 1 copycat skin because, my goodness, is that thing gorgeous. So we're going to need to bomb a lot of targets and lots of multi-lock missiles for more airship spam, a la Mission 2 style. All right.
Presidia, on the nose, Sicario.
Let's get to it.
Tactical retreat is in full swing.
Everybody used to how big this entire city was. It must be a nightmare down there.
I could have lived my entire life within those city limits. Give me the sky any day. This is the evacuation defense units to anyone on this net. Please respond.
What we're going to be doing is taking out the non-critical targets first.
Immediate assistance. That's our number, Sicario. Let's get to business. Hitman team, Sicario is spread out over the AO, so you're our busybodies. I'm highlighting more distress calls, so hit them ASAP. Rebel HQ advises that we do not pass into the port section of the city. The Federation has a battle group moored there. I'm getting requests for air support all up and down the board. Hitman, I'm pinging the first for you now. Get there before the evacuation line gets cut. You sure you got all IFF 100% clear? I don't always catch.
You can see it's kind of hard to judge where some of these missiles are coming from.
Hitman 2. I can't believe I just
Also kind of hard to judge where the ground is. Had some close calls, but it's no problem. As I said, the idea here is we destroy the non-mission critical targets first.
conducting the tactical retreat. All actions report to my call sign and get you home safely. Gotta cross backyards and
And you'll see why we'll do this.
abandon your vehicle. Torch it. Ground unit destroyed.
Now, I want everyone to strap in because this is definitely going to be a very long mission.
Any civilians to the underground. The pass them up to the defense as much as we can. To all units left in the area,
Okay, those guys are done for. We'll leave these targets fly around. We continue to take out the non-critical targets here. Take care of weaponry there. Go ahead and finish this off here. Almost had him there. Gotta play it safe rather than sorry. Because the no-death playthrough is still intact here. Okay. Takes a lot of the green targets on the right side here. These are some pretty big cruisers over here.
Civilians should be evacuated from the sector. Anyone out here should have no business being around. Free engagement.
In fact, I wonder if we can get an unguided bomb to launch off there. I don't think it would work. But I think we're gonna put the kibosh on that one.
Presidia. Gotta make my place in it.
I get this dastardly Sam trying to shoot me down there. Now, was that me who took out that cruiser? Actually, I'm not sure. I say, it did not take much machine gun. Got a couple of these red targets coming after me here. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, of course. What would Mercenary playthrough be if we did not cross the line in Mission 5? As I said, things are going to get very, very challenging. Let's teach this fleet what we mean business here. Man, look at all those targets. Isn't it beautiful? Now, there's going to be a lot of missile alerts going off here. And as you see here, I'm going to have to drag these F-15s completely away from these targets here. Otherwise, you're just asking for trouble. Because if you ask me, I think it's basically impossible to try and dogfight the F-15s over all of those battleships and all those targets and fleets that they have there. Now you can see these guys, they just spam missiles like there's no tomorrow. So this is where the real test of our mettle comes into play here. You can see we are so far away from the map here because this is what it takes if you want to potentially complete this tall task here. We did manage to down one of them. I believe there's 9 or 10 of these bad boys here, and my allies have actually jumped in here to help me out. But really, this is the only way you can do it. Yeah. Good luck trying to shoot these guys down, engaging in a real dogfight with the F-4. Would never work. But the missile spam, I'm sure, is giving everyone a headache, as it's giving mine. Don't worry, we're gonna do our best to thin out the herd here. just you gotta get enough distance here to take them out via the head-on attacks. Also gotta have enough flares. It's also a flares game as well. You can see just all the missiles flying everywhere. But fortunately, my friends in the Hitman team are helping me out here. And this is a very slow process. Not as easy as it looks, though. I promise you that. Not with all these missile locks and everything going off like mad. As Chopper would say, my warning lights have been going crazy. And this is true. In fact, there's so many missiles, I have a hard time judging exactly where every missile is, when to dump my flares. So we're using the tried and true strategy where we turn and burn. So go full afterburner. We managed to down one there. Now for those of you who have played this mission, you realize that if we're going to wipe this map, we have to be extremely judicious with our ammo use here. Just to add another layer of challenge to the mix. Man, these missiles just will not stop coming. But we are slowly thinning the herd here. We continue to turn and burn. Important thing is to not get greedy and attack using, angles and rotational dogfighting. The boom and zoom tactics, as it were. I just have to dump my flares momentarily to thin out the herd of missiles that are just continuing to, come after me. Gotta get some distance between these guys again here. Now, I know this is quite boring, but it's in here to prove to you guys that I'm prepared to make this Mercenary difficulty challenge as hard as it can be on the vanilla version, in other words, with no modifiers. I don't know who he splashed, because he certainly didn't splash me. You can see we thinned out two more. Doing our best here. Only a couple more to go. Unfortunately, this is really the only way to do it. Imagine trying to fight these F-15s over all those railgun fire, and pretty sure they're strapped with missiles themselves over there. The other ships, that is. Yes, Galaxy, I know. I'm well aware of what's going on here. As you can see, now that this is... the hard part is mostly over. Mostly, I say. Unfortunately, both of those missiles did not connect. It's all about preservation here, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, my missiles are not connecting in the way I would hope that they would, which is not good because we have to conserve these missiles as best as we can here if we want to completely wipe this map clean. We did take out some of the targets earlier. Here we got another one. I am willing to wager a guess that this is probably insufferable for you, for some of you to watch, but I promise that we've almost done it. Almost thinned out the herd here. And I'm single firing because you double fire, you're not exactly too sure if that missile is going to connect on a head-on shot. So one more should kill that guy. One more missile should also take care of this gentleman here. Yeah, I had a feeling we were going to get hit by a missile there. But overall, we survived this encounter to some degree. In okay shape. Okay, so that's the first hard part that's over. Now we have the second hard part, which is dealing with these ships over here. And don't forget there's a third hard part, because there's airship spam at the end. So we still got our work cut out for us here. After that first part, which was just completely insufferable, both for you and I. But we'll take out these battleships first. We did strip them of their weaponry here. I'm going to try and take us out with these rail guns. You can see, yep. This is the second hard part. This part isn't exactly easy. We have to be quite careful here. See, these battleships just take forever to destroy. You can see, just to make things a little more tricky, they threw the bridge. Bridge is in the mix there. We gotta keep it moving. Just gotta slowly chip away here. You know. There's a difference between flying safe and flying stupid.
Enemies locking on, break.
Here we gotta fly safe. 100%. Now we're gonna have to double up on the bubble up for some of these unguided bombs, because we only have so many to take out these fleet of cruisers here. But there's plenty of targets. Not enough unguided bombs to throw around, unfortunately. We're going to have to double up on some of those FNLCSs, as you can see there. And I'll show you what I mean in a second. But first we got to make sure we have enough flares to drop the bombs on these guys. Right about there. That's what I mean. You gotta be, you don't even have enough unguided bombs. You have to be so conservative with this ammo management if you want to completely wipe this map of the enemy targets. We're gonna have to do that a couple more times, actually, because we won't have enough bombs to take out the rest of these fleets and ships solo targeting. So we're going to give this another shot. That is targeting 2 for the price of 1. In fact, we have an opportunity, it appears. Maybe not. It looked like we had an opportunity there. Take out that guy there. That's going to be the tricky part. You see that in the top right corner? Getting all those guys right there. That's going to be the real tricky part. But we're going to give it our best effort here. In fact, I see an opportunity right there where we could potentially bag 2 with 1 stone here. So we're going to give it a shot. And we're going to drop it right about there. Bingo. In the words of Ace Combat 3, as they would say. Bingo! We see ourselves another opportunity here. Potentially, drop it very, very close. Couldn't hit them all, unfortunately. But it was certainly a good try. We got most of the weaponry off that one. We're going to go ahead and drop these here. Only 2 unguided bombs left, so we're going to have to use these pretty sparingly. Although it looks like there's only 2 more airships left, so we may have just enough airships. Land ships, I meant to say, or ships in general. I'm going to go ahead and dump those off now. There goes all our unguided bombs, unfortunately, but they did serve their purpose. And with that, one final missile blow, our fleet that we were supposed to take on, I believe it is in Mission 19, is no longer with us. So that's the hard part, Phase 2, that's been conquered. This F-15's begging to be shot down, so we'll shoot him down. We'll be kind to him. We're going to finish off the rest of these targets that could potentially get in the way. As I said, we're going for a map wipe here. But in addition to the fact that you have to worry about your health, you also have to worry about your ammunition. You want to map wipe. So we've done 2 out of the 3 hard parts. Relatively unscathed. 67 health after taking on that fleet. I don't think it's terrible, for being honest here. It does give us a little bit of wiggle room, not a lot, but a little bit. But as I said, you know, if we're going to make this a mercenary playthrough, we're going to make it hard by using the F-4 only. And might as well be authentic here. This is a true vanilla run. And reposition ourselves so we can take out this AA gun with... we'll take it out with a missile rather than our guns. We can take out this guy with our guns. Alright, so now we can actually move on to the main targets of the mission, which is actually just some fighters. But wiping out all those guys gave us a score of 36,200, and let me tell you, this is not even close to the end yet. Because we still have a bunch of airships to take out, which will be the 3rd hard part. And that will be coming up after we take out a couple of these waves of F-14s, F-15s, sort of, you know, your general fighters. Fortunately, these guys are not nearly as difficult to take out as the F-15s. The big issue is you got to be aware of your ammunition supply. If COD World War II taught me anything, you always need to protect your ammunition supply. Shout out to those who got that reference.
Monarch, you're locked on.
So I believe this is still considered wave 1 of the airplanes. So we still have 2 more waves of these to go, and then we have the airships as well. Looks like our teammate helped us out there. So this will be wave 2 of our fighters. You can see him over there, just begging to be shot down. You know, this game gets infinitely harder when you have to start worrying about your ammunition supply.
Good job.
As you can see, yeah, we're only in the double digits of missiles. Most games, you know, most missions in this game, typically not worried because you're still in the triple digits for your missile supply. So, like I said, you gotta be really judicious with your shots here. You even gotta worry about your gun supply. This head-on attack should collect this F-14. Indeed it does. It's a good angle shot to take out that F-14.
Monarch, you've got a good block.
You can get this F-14 into a head-on purview. Maybe that's an F, looks like maybe an F-15. I believe that was an F-15. I got an F-14. I apologize I'm not saying more, but what can you say? This is an insanely long mission. This F-14 is a little tricky. We got him. To say, forget Desert Arrow. This mission is the ultimate test of ammo conservation. Flying over the line. But you know what they say, if you do know what they say, you gotta save that money, or as they say, you gotta save those points and that ammunition too. Doing our best with these head-on attacks here, although I think my missiles actually missed that one guy. Unfortunately. Again, most of you would be like,
You're in gun range.
2 missiles, no big deal, right? But not so, not when you only have 66 missiles left. This looks like a good shot.
Light him up.
But we'll gun him down instead. took a good 6 o'clock shot there.
Knocked one out. Hitman 1, missile tracking, evade.
I got it, don't worry. Unfortunately, those 2 missiles missed there. Not what you want to see, unfortunately. That looks like an ace right there. I think I saw a name under him. But this is the 3rd and final wave of the actual targets we were supposed to destroy, and not, you know, the realm to which we went off to. And so, hard part 3 of 3 will then begin in relatively short order. I wish we had the heavy gun pod, but unfortunately with the F-4 you can't carry the heavy gun pod and the unguided bombs at the same time. So, it's good to have the unguided bombs. Okay, so after we got through the initial hard part, then had a little bit of a breather, now we get another hard part. As you see, this map, and there you go, completely lights up with targets. Now it's time to finally dump these multi-locks.
Sicario, we have launch contacts inbound. Looks like an airship picket. Under us. Damn. We're totally outgunned.
So we can start thinning this herd.
Remember, attack these things with a Bravo Bravo. Let them come behind or head on. Here they come. We'll launch fire patterns as soon as we can.
You can see there, we can shoot down this airship. Just got a Sea Whiz left that's remaining. This is the big boy battleship right here. We can take out one of these battleships. That is a success. We got one. We now have number 2. Gonna lock on there. We got most off of that airship, and it's all about thinning out these airships, because if you remember from Mission 2 what happened, yeah.
Kennedy Hall just got torched. We had an IFB platoon right through it, so we're pulling back.
In fact, I believe we're looking at a different airship now than the one we had. Did my teammate just destroy down that airship for me? Interesting. Because I don't see it on the map anymore. Maybe it was a cruiser. That's maybe what it was. I noticed that your teammates get very eager about destroying the airships once you finally strip it of all its weaponry. I have noticed that. Interestingly, for some reason. Which does steal some points from you. Overall, we're not doing too terrible here. Still got plenty of airships to destroy. You can see there's even more than there were on Mission 2. Got another one. They would say another one. Twice at dust. Let more MLAs fly off the racks there. Yeah, you see? Notice there how my teammate decided, oh yeah, once we see the weaponry stripped off, let's go ahead and down the battleship. I have noticed that. They like to do that quite a bit. Not gonna let them steal my kill on this guy. This is my target right here. I believe that's all the airships, fortunately. So, our part number 3 is mostly over. But we're not out of the woods just yet, because we still have plenty of targets to destroy and only so much ammunition. But we are going for the map wipe, so we are going to take out these scattered AA guns here. Clean things up. You know me and my OCD. I guess you could call it my Ace Combat OCD, needing to completely wipe the map. Ooh, that hurts right there, getting a miss on that AA gun. Especially since we only have so much ammunition. I don't know what AA gun, what he's shooting at over there. Looks like we got an aircraft. Can head on for us, but he bugs out there. There's a non-critical target. A fellow over here. I will give him some missiles of encouragement. I believe 1 or 2 should be able to take him out. There we go. Now it's all a matter of wiping out the actual mission-critical fighters here. Ooh, do we have an FS-15 scattered about? Because that was 2 missiles and it didn't down him. Interesting. We might have an FS-15 scattered in the mix here. Interesting, right? Naturally, turned away from my guns there, unfortunately. Let's go around for another pass. That was a nice shot we got off there. Got a good 6 o'clock angle on this guy. He doesn't turn it around. Got him. Oops, I wish I fired 2 missiles there. Fortunately, I did not. It does mean he has been weakened. And try and gun him down, which was successful. Now we just gotta beat this F-15 time fight, it looks like. We were successful there. Alright folks, well, you're starting to see a light at the end of the tunnel, but with severely reduced ammunition. Now, because we have them, we can let these MLAs fly off the racks. We'll go here. Let's say that was... I must say that was quite successful. So why don't we let the rest of our fly off the racks in a ripple fire, and hopefully one of them will bag this guy. Bingo.
We've done all we can, Sicario. RTB to Rose Tower. It wasn't supposed to be like this.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, well, that was a wrap. Hope you enjoyed that one.
Thanks to you, casualties sustained during the retreat were minimized. We've lost contact with our final units within Presidia, so we can only assume the worst. We just have to remember their sacrifice to cover our escape. During the evacuation, we airlifted some of our most experienced fighters, along with Federation defectors and civilians who wanted to join up with us after seeing what the Federation did to Presidia. We're at the brink right now, and losing the capital was a blow, but thanks to you, we can survive this. Stand by for your next op orders.
So technically it wasn't a mission success, as denoted by the mission over rather than mission accomplished, because this was a retreat. However, from our viewpoint, this was a success. Beating Mission 5 after crossing the line with the F-4 on Mercenary difficulty? Let me know how you think I did. But otherwise, that's how you do it. Very cautious approach, but one that ultimately worked in the end. And we still managed to maintain over half our health. So if you're going purely from a health-based perspective, this was actually more successful than Mission 4. Anyway, I will see you guys for Mission 6. Let me know how you thought I did for Mission 5. We'll see you on the next one.